running a business? Do you have a website? So don't you feel a problem in managing the leads coming from the website? So now let's see how you can manage your leads coming from your websites with the Salesforce CRM. Web to lead. So again, I'm going to divide this topic into 3 points, that are what is web to lead and where it is required. Second, how to enable and create it. And the third one, important points that you need to consider while creating a web to lead. For those of you who do not know what leads are basically the people or the businesses who are interested in the product or service you are trying to sell. What that means is, for example, let's say you are running a bakery and you're making cookies and cakes. The people who are or who can be interested in buying cookies or cakes from you are the leads for you. So in Salesforce, lead is a standard object which is used to store information about potential customers. Lead is actually an object in which you can store the information about leads, and these leads can be people who are interested in buying your product or service, or the companies who can be interested in buying your product or service. It can be both. And leads come from different channels and from different sources. What that means is that you can get a lead from a call like this. You can get a lead from an email who is interested in your product or service, or they can come from FB page and LinkedIn page. It's now trendy because you get more leads from FB page and LinkedIn page as compared to emails or something like that. You can get a manually. What I'm trying to deliver is that you met someone who who is interested in the product or service you're trying to sell. So you can store those people's information also into lead object manually, and you can get leads from website also. If you have a website, there must be a contact us page or inquiry page. The people who are contacting you through that page or inquiring about any product or service from that page are leads for you, obviously. So in that situation, you have different channels or different sources to manage your leads. Salesforce helps you get all these leads into a single source, that is a Salesforce CRM. All the sales executives can simply focus use Salesforce CRM and manage leads coming from all the different sources, rather than having access to all the channels from which you are getting the leads, like your email access, your website's access, your website's database access. They do need that to manage the leads. So in that situation, we can redirect all these leads coming from different channels into a Salesforce CRM. What web to lead does is it redirects or it captures the information of leads coming from your website's contact us page or inquiry page, and this is what we call as web to lead. Now let's see how to make it. You seems to be pretty excited. Was it the thing for which you were waiting for so long? Don't worry, let's do it.
Hello, so here we are. Now we'll create a simple web to lead form. Before creating a web to lead form, we first need to enable web to lead in our organization, and for that we'll simply go to setup and then type in web, and we'll get web to lead, and over here we'll click on edit. Then we'll check this checkbox, web to lead enabled. If this checkbox is enabled, only then leads will be created in your organization. Otherwise, they'll not be created. Even if you have created the form earlier and leads are getting created from that form only. So you can simply enable and disable this checkbox whenever you want leads to be created and whenever you want to stop the leads to be created from the website or from the web page which you have created earlier. Okay, and here is another field, default lead creator. You all know that there is a created by field in every there's a created by field value in every record. So it's just asking that to whom whose name should come in the created by field on the lead records created over here. So you can simply set any user of your organization as a default lead creator. I have just set it as default as a Salesforce Hulk. We can set it as Paul Davidson also, and if you want Salesforce Hulk only, then you can set it as Salesforce Hulk. That's it. So now all the leads will be created with the web page, using the web to lead form. They created on the created by field of that record, Salesforce Hulk's name will be appearing. And here it's default response template. In default response template, we simply give a name of our email template, which should automatically which should automatically be sent to the people or to the leads who are registering or who are submitting the web to lead form to get the leads created in our organization. For example, your customer created submitted a contact us form, and it's a web to lead form which is creating organization in your which is creating lead records in your organization. and you want that customer to get an automated email saying anything like thanks for registering, will like contact back, like will contact with you shortly or something like that. You can set it as a default response template over here. We are not setting it right now, so you can simply click on save. Now after enabling web to lead settings, we'll simply create a web to lead form, and over here we can select the fields which we want to be created, like to be entered by the user, and like these fields should be available on our contact us form, or you can say on our web to lead form. And if you want industry, no, we do not. Annual revenue, no, we do not want that. Yeah, that's it. Let's say mobile, something like that. And we can simply reorder the fields also. Like I want phone to be above than email. Don't want mobile. It's the same thing. Email, company. I want title to be above than company, and next city and province. That's it. State and province. Now here it is return URL. Return URL means that whenever that user will submit the form, it will be returned to this URL, and that is that we can set it as anything. You can set it as your website's another page, or you can simply set it anything like to any page. I'm setting it as www.google.com. Now here is a new feature which rolled out in Winter 17 or Spring 17 release. I'm really not sure about it, but yes, it's a new feature, and in this allows you to add a reCAPTCHA on your web to lead form, like like Google reCAPTCHA, where whoever the person is submitting the form, he or she should like first prove that they are not robots, and then only they'll be able to submit that form, and otherwise not. So that you can like robots cannot spam your contact us form. And for that, what you need to do is you need a key pair, reCAPTCHA API key pair, and for that you need to register on Google reCAPTCHA. So I'll register on Google reCAPTCHA. Okay, here it is. I'll click on get reCAPTCHA, and here I'll enter a simple name like SF Hull API key pair, and I'll select this one and enter the domain. Accept and register. Now what I need is this site key and secret key, and I'll simply copy it on notepad file like this, copy, paste. So the site key, and this one's the secret key. That's it. Now I'll go over here and click on this lookup icon, and over here I'll get a new button. I'll create a new one. I've already created some API key pairs, and like if you have not created any API key pair, you'll simply click on new, and over here you'll enter the name of that API. SF Hulk API key pair. That's it. You can add any name over here, and site key will be copy, I'll paste, and the next one is copy, and then I'll paste. Or is it the same? Yeah. How was reCAPTCHA? I haven't copied it yet. I need to change it. Pardon me. And now let's create it again. This is the site key. And this is the secret key, and I'll simply click on save. Okay, now a new reCAPTCHA key pair is enabled over here, but it will only work when this page is hosted on the domain which we have mentioned while getting that reCAPTCHA, and that domain we have entered is salesforcehulk.com. So like we cannot enable it right now because I'll not be able to show you that how to host this on a website. You can simply do that if you are a developer, and you can simply see any of like you can simply post it like a simple page on a website. But if you do not if you're just creating it for testing or just for learning, just disable it, that's it, and generate a form. Otherwise, if you'll create a form and not host it on a live website, then you'll not be able to get that reCAPTCHA from the Google server. So that is the reason we are like not enabling spam filtering right now. Now here is the complete code of that form. We'll simply copy it. We'll create an HTML page for it like this, and to create an HTML page, it's just a form. Now let's have a look over here. It's a simple form. These are all comments. This is under tag, and action is web2salesforce.com servlet, and this is the action. And over here there are two hidden fields. One is the return URL, which we have mentioned at google.com, where it should be like the page will be returned after clicking on the submit button, and this is the organization ID. This is OID. This is organization ID. This is the thing which defines that on which organization of Salesforce this record should get created. So this is different for each of us, like for every one of us. So you should not share this org ID with everyone, and otherwise they'll create a form similar to this, and they'll submit that. Like they'll start creating they'll start submitting on your Salesforce organization. So you should not say that this org ID it gets created automatically. And if you want to see this org ID, you can simply go to company information, over here you can see this salesforce.com organization ID. This is unique for every organization in Salesforce. So now let's get back to our form, and like it's basic form, and there are all the fields which we have entered and in an order which we have entered. So we do not require any coding for this. A non-developer can also code, and you just need to create embed this form into a page. You can embed this in your WordPress page, in your any other website's page, and I'm simply creating an HTML form just to show you how does it works. So I'll click on save now. Web to lead form. I'll not forget to add extension l.html. Then I'll go to desktop. Here is a web to lead form which got created. I'll open it with Chromium. Here is the form. I'll simply enter the name as if I am a customer interested in the product or service which the organization is trying to sell, and like he can simply fill out a form over here. It's a simple basic form, but you can add any CSS, any JavaScript, any functionality to it. You just need to take care of 2 or 3 things, which are first of all, there should be org ID, there should be return URL, and the field API name should be perfect. And this form can be like changed in any way you want. Like any web developer can change it easily. It just need to be returned to that URL, and also action should be the same. What I'm trying to say is over here we have an action. Where is it? Let's see. Let's edit this. Open it with Notepad. Open it with Notepad. Notepad open. This action URL should be the same. You should not edit it. Okay, and let's go to that page again. Where is the phone? Yeah, over here. Phone, I'll simply can enter anything, and email will be, or I'll enter my email. No, this is how that's email. Title, company, submit. This is your user or the person who is submitting a form on your website, and he's getting redirected to google.com. So this was the meaning of return URL, like to which page the user should be redirected. And now I'll go to leads in my organization and see that is there any Shrey Sharma got created right now as a lead, and yes, it's there. Oh yes, it's like today at 5:48 a.m. It got created. Lead owner is Salesforce Hull. Created by is also Salesforce Hull, because we have given it as a default creator, and here are all the fields which I have entered right now, and you can see it over here. So this is how Web to Lead works. Now let's get back and see what important points do you need to consider while creating a Web to Lead form.
Now let's see the points that you need to consider while creating a Web to Lead form. So here are all the points. Let's see one by one. All universally required fields must have a value before a record is created. Obviously, because what universally required means is that if you have made a field required on its field definition, that means that field is universally required. And what that means is that there cannot be a single record created without that field's value. What that means is that if you have created first name as universally required, in that situation first name will be there in every record created from anywhere, either from website, either from APIs, or from the Salesforce Classic page or Lightning page. So universally required fields are required, and like they should be entered while submitting the Web to Lead form. Otherwise, it will not be created as a record in your Salesforce. Then the second point is Salesforce runs field validation rules before creating records submitted via Web to Lead. You must be like wondering that I have created a Web to Lead form, but what about the validations, that this field's value should be greater than this field's value should be greater than less than that, or something like that. Don't worry about it. Once you have created the validation rules on Salesforce, all those validation rules runs when a lead record is submitted from the web. So it's you don't have to worry about it. Field validation rules runs every time when a record of that particular object is created, and in the case of lead, all the lead validation rules will be executed while you create a Web to Lead, while you create a record from the Web to Lead form. Then the third point is Salesforce doesn't support rich text area fields on Web to Lead forms. Obviously, because rich text areas fields does not cannot get the values from the Web to Lead form from that form to Salesforce directly. So we cannot use rich text area fields in a Web to Lead form. Then the fourth one is you can only use reCAPTCHA. It is a new feature which which recently came out in, I guess, spring 17 or winter probably winter 17 release or spring 17 release. I'm not recalling that exactly which release this rolled out, but yeah, this is a new feature of reCAPTCHA. What this enables is it enables spam filtering. For example, you have created a Web to Lead form, but you need reCAPTCHA so that robots cannot submit a form again and again and again. In that situation, you can simply I have just shown you that how to add a reCAPTCHA on a Web to Lead form, and reCAPTCHA will only work on a live website. You cannot test it if you do not have a live website available, because Google doesn't allow that. So you have to consider this point, that reCAPTCHAs will only work on a live website when that Web to Lead form will be hosted on a live website. Then only it will work. And then the last point is the daily limit for the Web to Lead request is 500 or 5000 question mark. Yes, this is a question mark, because I am also confused that is it 500 or is it 5000. If anyone of you know that, like, is it 500 or 5000 or anything else, just comment down on the bottom and let me know, and let other people know that what is actually the limit, because I am also confused. I have read a year back or something like that it was 5000, but now I think I have checked those documentation and I'm getting a point that it's 500 only. So I'm literally confused, and I don't want to tell you a wrong answer, so that I want you people to comment down on the bottom and let other people know that what the answer is actually. That's it. You might be wondering that he's teaching Salesforce on internet and he doesn't know a simple answer, that is it 500 or 5000. So let me tell you the reason. These limits gets changed regularly. So I am literally confused right now that is it 500 or 5000? And I mean, I do not want to deliver wrong information to you because I don't want to boast that I am right or I am wrong and I am an expert. This is the only thing which is right or something like that. I'm just trying to deliver my knowledge and my information to you people. That's it. And your suggestions, your inputs, your thoughts, your comments also matter to me. That is the only reason I'm asking you people to just let me know what actually the answer is. So just comment down on the bottom and don't forget to subscribe to this channel on YouTube, especially if you're watching this video on Facebook. There's a link down in the description. Hit that link, go to the YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button to get weekly videos all related to Salesforce. So see you next week. Until then, bye bye. Take care.